Look, I need you to understand something important. Some men in this world are basically flesh marionettes with designer haircuts, if they have enough hair, that is. Case in point, this whole clusterfuck that just went down between two whipped husbands and their puppet master wives at a mansion in California. Here's what happened, as far as I can piece together from the tabloid dumpster fire. Harry and Meghan, the royal-turned-professional victim couple, recently hosted Brooklyn Beckham, the professional nobody with famous parents, and his wife, Nicola Peltz, the billionaire's daughter looking for the fame that his money couldn't buy. The meeting was at their fancy pants Montecito compound. Now, this dinner wouldn't normally be worth mentioning, except it's basically a support group for men who surrender their balls and family ties for American women, the club that Harry and Brooklyn recently opened. Brooklyn, by the way, had just very publicly snubbed his dad's 50th birthday bash. Yeah, Daddy Beckham had this massive global party tour, and his own son was like, sorry, my wife has me scheduled to kiss the sausage's arses instead. Well, technically, People magazine claims that Brooklyn and Nicola were not invited directly or by Harry and Meghan, but they were brought by some other rich person. Whatever, they were there. The timing is still sketchier than discounted gas station sushi. And PSA, stay away from this. I speak from experience. But sources close to Harry and Meghan, which I guess it's one of the 7 nannies, insist that it was all just a coincidence, which is exactly what Meghan's been saying about every calculated move since she first Googled British royal family bachelor and set her 5-year plan in motion. Oh, I just happened to be on the same charity circuit as Harry. What a coincidence. But I just happened to have studied everything about his mother before meeting him. Another coincidence. During this little gathering, Harry apparently offered Brooklyn his unwavering support as a fellow "my American wife now does all my thinking for me" club member. Meanwhile, Meghan and Nicola bonded over both successfully separating their husbands from their families faster than a hot chainsaw through butter. I imagine their conversation went something like, "So, how did you get your husband puppet to cut ties with his family?" "Oh, I just told him they were all racist, mean, or didn't appreciate my genius." Works every time. But speaking of puppet masters, let's talk about Nicola Daddy's Money Peltz. Here's a woman who could buy and sell small countries with her inheritance, yet somehow that wasn't enough. She needed that Beckham star power because being merely rich isn't the same as being famous rich. And the British press has placed Nicola squarely at the center of this rich people hurricane, and for once they might be actually onto something, because sources close to the Beckhams claim that from the minute Nicola came into the family, she hasn't shown what Victoria would say is respect towards them. The translation: this spoiled brat walked in like she owned the place despite having done precisely jack shit with her life except win the lucky sperm lottery. And the wedding dress drama alone reveals everything you need to know. Despite Victoria Beckham being a legitimate fashion designer, Nicola went with Valentino for her $3 million wedding, and she later told Variety, "I was going to and really wanted to. And then a few months down the line, she realized that her atelier couldn't do it, so then I had to pick another dress. You know, it's completely made up." Right, because what better way to endear yourself to your in-laws than publicly humiliating your mother-in-law's fashion house? No other way. And then there's the grandkids conversation. Victoria apparently suggested that Nicola, who is 30, should start popping out Beckham babies soon. A comment that Nicola didn't take well to. God forbid anyone suggests that her purpose in the Beckham family might extend beyond using Brooklyn as her personal clout accessory. But the saddest part of this whole gork-darn spectacle is watching two grown men with every single advantage in life become nothing more than accessories to their wives' ambitions. It's like they both read the same "How to Surrender Your Spine in 5 Easy Steps" manual. So Brooklyn, despite having the Beckham name, good looks, and connections that would make most people commit felonies to obtain, has accomplished, let me see, my notes. Oh yeah, exactly nothing on his own merit. He's a professional Nepo baby who can't seem to stick with anything longer than my attention span after 6 Red Bulls. Photography? Bored now. Cooking? Too hard. Being a model? That requires actually showing up to jobs, man. And instead, he's become Nicolas plus one, following her around with the glazed expression of someone who has forgotten how to form independent thoughts. His entire personality now appears to be Nicola's husband, which is particularly pathetic given the Beckham empire he could have been part of. And Harry, oh boy, now he's reduced to reading cue cards and looking uncomfortable in stage photo shoots while Meghan explains to him what his opinions are today. And the transformation has been so complete that you can practically see Meghan's hand up his back, making his mouth move during interviews. The royal family has been to me. I've always secretly hated being a prince. I've been trained my whole life, didn't know it until my wife told me. Well, you know, the whole enchilada. So when these 4 got together for dinner, it wasn't just a meal. It was a summit of sad parallels. 2 men born into extraordinary privilege, with opportunities most people would sacrifice limbs for, reduced to being supporting characters in their wives' carefully crafted narratives. I can imagine Harry and Brooklyn sitting at one end of the table, comparing notes on which family members they're not allowed to talk to anymore, while Meghan and Nicola strategize at the other end about their next moves in the celebrity power game. Yeah, spot on. Harry probably said, "So, Brooklyn, have you tried telling your dad that you've been trapped in the Beckham family your whole life? Work for me," while sipping a drink that Meghan had pre-approved. Meanwhile, Nicola was likely getting tips from Meghan. "The key is to make him think cutting off his family was his idea. Men are so adorably simply that way." And here's where it gets weird. Nelson Peltz, Nicola's daddy Warbucks, tried to join Disney's board and kick out CEO Bob Iger in 2023-2024. The same Bob Iger who helped Meghan score a voiceover gig for Disney's Elephants documentary back in 2018. So, we got Meghan, who worked with Iger, hosting the daughter of the guy who tried to get Iger fired. Okay, that is not just 6 degrees of separation. That is a whole gork darn soap opera. But some gossip mongers are speculating Meghan wants to cozy up to Nelson Peltz for his business connections. Would anybody be surprised? Not me. And what we're really looking at here is a masterclass in wasted potential. Well, if we can call this potential, but whatever. 2 men who could have been literally anything they wanted, who chose instead to be nothing at all, except extensions of their wives' ambitions. But I would love to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And remember to get my merch. It's right here, right below the video. Get my merch right now. And much love and bliss.